Well, howdy, Nearly Senior Citizen here. Greetings, boys and girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. Late start today. It is the time I would normally be finishing recording. It's 7:19, and there. My sincere apology. I tried to make it a policy to never go or and I'm 99.999% successful. If you ever want to stop yourself from umming and such, remember, whenever you feel now, changing habits is hard. It'll take about a month to do this, but whenever you feel the need to say or just stop, pause, think, and then speak. And it comes off as a lot better because you're not all the time. So just pause. It works. Thumbs up on that. Now, though, I'm going to start off here with, of course, a little ADHD Med talk. I take my first dose, 10 milligrams at 5:30, because I'm up, I'm awake, I hurt, so I'm awake before that. And by the time it hits 5:30, I'm already up because I'm awake and up and out of bed because I hurt so much. So I take the first dose 5:30. I take the second dose, another 10 milligrams at 6:30. So at 7 o'clock, I am fully dosed and able to concentrate and focus and remember and think. I don't really feel the difference as I'm waking up to becoming fully aware and able to do stuff, because as I'm normally waking up, the med is happening. So by the time I'm fully focused and concentrating, I'm awake. So I don't really feel the difference. I can just be normal when I wake up. And that's awesome. A very, very good thing. Thumbs up on that. Now, my evening time dosing, I'm still working on that. I'm figuring what I'm going to be doing now, because like I say, I take this at 5:30 and 6:30, so there's an hour apart. Now, 6:30, 6 hours away from that, is 12:30. So to make sure I've got something in my system, so I don't run out and then start again, an hour before that, 12:30, 11:30, I'm taking my 10:30 dose. 10:30 dose, another 10 milligrams at 11:30. And then an hour or so after that, another dose. Now, I've mentioned before that I don't want to take the other dosing too late, because I don't need to be 9 o'clock at night at, I'm ready to take notes now, Professor, levels of concentration. And I've mentioned that before. I know I'm repeating myself. It's just, sometimes it's good to be reminded of things. So thumbs up on that. At the same time, yesterday, I took my afternoon dosing. So I was fully medicated on this stimulant. And I fell asleep in my chair. I literally could not stay awake. My body, a good way to look at this, I was out walkies and thinking about this. If you do not have a problem, like say you do not have ADHD, or you just have it very, very mild, if you take a stimulant, when that stimulant comes into your body, good Lord, it goes to a specific spot in your brain to do things. If you do not have ADHD, it's going to be a receptor, a happy receptor, where you're going to get some pleasure out of that, and it's going to set some mechanisms in that fires up and ramps up your central nervous system so it runs faster. And so, yeah, you can get extra focus, extra concentration. Your body is really just ramped up and hyper. Your nervous system is running better and faster until everything wears off. If you have ADHD like I do, when the medication gets into your brain, instead of a happy receptor, there is a hole, the exact same size and shape for that tool that has just showed up. And when it fits into the hole, happy things don't light up and your central nervous system doesn't fire up. What happens is a bunch of parts of your brain that weren't working before or not working well suddenly start lighting up and working. My nervous system does not ramp up. But parts of my brain that haven't worked for 58 years start lighting up and working, or working properly. Regulators start to work. Parts of my brain that just did not work. And for a period of time, my brain is functioning properly using that tool in that hole that has been needing a tool for so long. Now, I've stated again, I work better with it, but I don't want to just take it before I go to bed. And yet I do seem to sleep better, because last night I ended up taking my last dose around 6 o'clock, 10 milligrams. I slept great. I sleep really, really well with little cramping. I do eventually wake up from pain, but I sleep well and am refreshed when I go to sleep with that stimulant. Not fitting into a pleasure ramp up your central nervous system receptor, but in a now your brain is working properly way. It doesn't ramp up my system, stuff works properly, it makes dopamine correctly, it makes serotonin correctly, it does the stuff it's supposed to do correctly, and I can function properly. So yeah, on the one hand, I don't need to be fully wide awake, but I'm never really like that. I can just focus and concentrate and think and remember. But I don't feel hyper-focused and hyper able to do this stuff. I'm just, well, finally my body's got the tool there in that hole that it's been needing for 58 and a half years. So thumbs up on that. I do unfortunately get some headaches. My blood pressure is up, but I'm about 40 pounds heavier than I was a couple years back. I need to get my weight back down to about 180 instead of the 205-ish I am right now. Sure, I weigh the same as I did when I was 19, but that's not really a great weight. So, thumbs up on that. So, of course, last night, I had some yogurt, and then before I went to bed, I had a slice of cake and 2 tubes of medium-sized tubes, but 2 tubes of Pringles potato crisps. That's like 1,200 calories right there. So yay. Now I do have some other stuff here on my list. I don't just want to talk about that. Other things on my topics list. Like I mentioned before, about a week and some ago, I had gotten a big blister on the side/bottom of my, if this is my right foot, this is the toe. The problem is it had swelled up so bad that I really had to limp where it was terrible. At first I could only walk very, very slowly, and it took me like 2.5 hours to walk what normally would take about an hour. Now I walk and I don't, I'm halfway through my walk before I remember, oh yeah, my toe used to hurt. So thumbs up on that. But the past couple nights, just before going to bed, because the blisters finally popped and all this, and when your feet get moist, skin gets soft and wrinkly, and my feet sweat when I walk. It's summer and all that. So before going to bed, I've been pulling the skin off, the dead skin, leaving just the, good fresh skin underneath. And it's been thick. I mean, you can't pull it. It doesn't tear. I've had to take fingernail clippers and cut it off. But it needed to come off because it was just in the way down there and causing issues, because my other toe was like getting on it and pushing it just because of all the extra skin, which would cause extra damage. So most of that is finally gone, and when I remember, I try to move my toes differently so that I don't have more friction. Thank goodness we are organic in that fashion. Thumbs up on that. Now let's see what else I have here on my list. They're really, really quick. There are the YouTube shorts, and there is a YouTube short that I've been trying to think of because I am creative. I'm just not creative like normal people. And I want to express my creativity, and I also want my channel to not die. I've mentioned before how how you feel at the time changes the color of the lenses that you're looking at life through. If you're feeling all great and happy and friendly, you're looking through rose-colored lenses and the world looks rosy and great. If you're depressed and things are going very badly for the time, that's the way you're looking through the world, and the world is going to look awful and harsh and terrible. These are all true for the lenses you're looking through, but it's not the actual world. So what I'm looking at the world through now, I can't see a way right now to fix my channel or really fix things on YouTube for me. I know that's not true, because the way I'm looking through the world, the despair of my channel, is coloring the way I see everything. So right now, I know that there's stuff and I'm still working on things, and I've got a shorts idea for making a YouTube shorts thing. It's a really goofy idea, of course, but, you know, under 60 seconds, but it's like it would cut in real quick for a title screen. And it's got, like, you know, this deeper voice that goes like, I've got opinions with Joe DiMattei. And then, you know, the text comes up, and then Joe DiMattei's down at the bottom, which of course is just me. But even though it's got kind of a Brooklyn Italian name, Joe DiMattei, it's like the fellow me shows up down at the bottom and goes, well, yeah, I've got opinions, but doesn't everybody? I mean, I don't have any power. Do my opinions even matter? And then it fades out to come up to, you know, sitting in a chair and talking about it, and it's like, oh, I'm Joe DiMattei, and welcome to another episode of I've Got Opinions, and I've been sent this opinion by my editor, and what we've got is, and then it shows up at the top of the screen, it just says grapefruit. And I was like, whoa, grapefruit, I don't really have an opinion on it. How am I supposed to get a controversial opinion on grapefruit? I mean, it's just citrus. Well, I don't like grapefruit because they're just too round. What? And then it cuts, and that's it. And it's little shorts like that with, I've got opinions with Joe DiMattei. And Joe DiMattei just being like, I don't get it. Whenever one of these opinion things comes up, he's supposed to rant about it. Again, I don't have any normal idea of how to express my creativity, so thumbs up on that. There was also, yesterday, I had mentioned I had a story idea with Yoth CheuGoi, a eldritch / cosmic horror that is also the executive producer on the Cultist game show, and also, while committing atrocities upon the people of the world at large periodically, also uses that as an opportunity to let everyone know that things like, you know, trans rights are human rights, and that representation matters. And then later on I had an idea, and I got dead skin on my lips because I was eating those salty chips. My apologies. I had another goofy thought. It's like, well, what if there's a detective who's trying to, you know, arrest Yoth CheuGoi for doing things, and people are like, you can't do that, that's an eldritch god. What are you gonna do, arrest an eldritch god? And then one of the other detectives says, like, you can't fight it. And so this detective is like, now wait a minute. Yoth CheuGoi has announced that its pronouns are they and them. Now, I do not know why an eldritch horror that looks upon us as little more than amoeba cares that it has preferred pronouns, but it is not up to me to make a value judgment. Yoth CheuGoi's preferred pronouns are they and them, not it. This is one thing that Yoth CheuGoi and I do agree on. I do not agree about the methods, you know, as it refers to the burning town with thousands of dead within, you know, and then the corpses arranged to spell out trans rights or human rights. But I do agree with the message. Representation does matter. So please, I think this is the one thing that Yoth CheuGoi and I do agree upon. And so, yeah, it wants to arrest Yoth CheuGoi, the elder god, the eldritch horror, which in terms of my multiverse stuff, it's just a random Gakiri level being that is in this particular universe and having a grand old time. So thumbs up fits into the framework perfectly. And I've opened up 24 hours worth of comments in my community tab, and I'm going to go through and thank 20 to 25 people for having left me a comment. I am not reading the comments right now. I'm going to read them afterward. Thumbs up each one I do, answer as many as I can, but for right now, just thank you for having left a comment. If I mispronounce a username, no disrespect is intended. I am an American English speaker, and even though I count in American Sign Language on the fingers of this hand with my depression, fibro, partially treated ADHD, and more, well, I'm actually doing a lot better at remembering when I am properly medicated, and that's a very good thing. We have Rob1983, thumbs up, and thank you very much. Good to see you in the comments. Ice Damon, thank you very, very much. Greatly appreciated. Nando Rice Cheruti, good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up on that. Electro Giant, greatly appreciated. We have a Korean name, which I do not know how to pronounce or read, but thank you very, very much. We have JR, thumbs up, and Ricky Bettini, greatly, greatly appreciated, and always good to see you in the comments. And Maiden Canada, again, good to see you in the comments. Thumbs up and thank you. Sebastian Ferris, greatly appreciated, and always good to see you. We have Clemson Dillon, thumbs up and thank you much. The Lisa Lair, I like the name, thumbs up. Jane Nams, greatly appreciated. And Colin Reisenauer, thumbs up and thank you. We have Hockeyfish 6, I like that name, thumbs up. And then we have Sheldon Paneno, greatly appreciated. Sort of, I mean, there's reasons I can't do reactions right now. But then we have TJB0613, thumbs up and thank you. And Igor Leandro, thumbs up. And then we have nobody. So there were 17 people that left comments over the last 24 hours. Whereas I used to get so many, I couldn't even reach the end. Now I'm lucky if I hit 15. But that's okay, as long as there's even one person that watches and appreciates. Thank you so very, very much. It has been a weird journey for me, and I know kind of boring for everyone else, where I've come from after the death of my wife to where I am now. Hopefully I can talk about this tomorrow, because hokey smokes, the difference between where I was after my wife died and where I am now, I am literally a different person. But if you could check out my various links down below, I have Twitter, Facebook, Patreon.com. If you could become a Patreon.com patron, like one of these beautiful and awesome people, that would be beautiful and awesome. And hopefully I'm going to get that list changed and updated here very, very soon. I'm sorry it takes so long between times. I have to fight my executive dysfunction to get it done, and it's been a struggle. Hopefully that's going to get continually better with the ADHD Med. If you'd like to help me out without sending money through the patronage, I have a PayPal link down below. And if you'd like to help me out without sending money at all, I have an Amazon wishlist link as well. Well, hopefully today I have finally updated it to have things like Reptisand and hamster food and hamster bedding and cat food. If you could check it out, that would be very, very awesome. Do not feel obligated. I do not feel entitled. And if you cannot donate or reasonably do not donate, I take all good wishes and I deposit them in the bank of my heart where I draw interest. So thank you very much. And if you could toss me a like, I appreciate all the positive validation I get for my existence. Definite thumbs up. And of course, if you could hit the notification bell on the subscription button, that would be very, very cool. Definitely a thumbs up on that. So it's weekend. Relax. Take care. If you're watching this after the day I post it, then it's not. But if it is, then cool. Until we are safe, please, when you go out, wear a mask, wash your hands, try not to touch your face, maintain your social distancing. In the past year since I've been wearing a mask, I have still had to go daily out to stores to buy food and such. So I've been out among people daily wearing my mask. I have not gotten a cold or other illness that you normally get at all. Wear a mask. You will be healthier. So you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side, and that is a definite thumbs up. Yeah, and I have a baby shark as a pet.